The following program is sponsored by the Today's Home Remodeler television network.
Welcome to today's Home Remodeler. I'm Stuart Keith, and on today's show, we're looking at a unique one-piece gutter system that's guaranteed to never clog. We'll begin by meeting with Andy Lindis from Midwest LeafGuard as he takes us out to a home with a basement water problem that's being caused by a poorly working gutter and downspout system. Next, we'll check out the fabrication of LeafGuard gutters and learn how they work, how they're made, and why it's important to have a one-piece system on your home. And finally, we'll finish up today's program by following the professional installation process of a LeafGuard gutter system and see why skilled craftsmen are needed to complete this job. So we have a lot to cover today, and we'll get started after these messages. Whether it's a backup that causes damage to roofing and siding materials, or drainage that's directed too close to a foundation, a poorly working gutter and downspout system can often lead to a number of problems for a homeowner. In fact, many basement moisture problems can often be traced to improperly functioning gutters and downspouts. So let's begin today's show with exterior remodeling specialist Andy Lindis from Midwest LeafGuard as he introduces today's project. Well, Andy, a nice day to be hanging some gutter. What is the situation here?
Well, we're putting on the new LeafGuard gutter system. This is an old farmhouse here, and what the homeowners recognized was that the sub pump was constantly running. So they wanted a new gutter system, one that they never have to clean out, two that made sure the water got off the roof and away from the house and not back to the foundation.
And you think about down in your basement, you hear the sump pump running. I know a lot of homeowners wouldn't give a second thought that, hey, could that be because of my roof, because of my gutter system? No, you think you just have water flowing into the sump crack. And why is that? A lot of times it is because of the downspouts and they're not being extended away.
You know, more often than not, a properly installed gutter system is going to alleviate any wet basement issues that you do have.
Well, like we said, there's a lot of work done to get to this point. I assume it starts with an assessment?
Yeah, what we do is have a professional come out, and they're going to analyze your situation, talk about water management, take into the area of the roof and the water that's going to be coming off that roof, and make sure that the system is designed to equally place water in all parts of the house and that the drainage is properly away from the grade.
Well, let's walk around and take a look at some of the different drainage areas on this home.
All right. One of the first things we want to do is try to figure out the square footage of roof we're talking about here. Now, this roof has about 2,800 square feet. But you can't just take the total area and use some kind of formula because everything is different, like valley areas. That's a high concentration, a large volume of water coming down in one spot on the gutter system.
Boy, when you look at that, you think about all the water that's hitting that roof in a rainstorm.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of water coming off at any point, but especially in the valleys, it's almost exponential, the flow rate. As the rain falls, that just speeds up and the volume is tremendous. So what do you do in an area like that?
It's installed a little bit differently, and there's an attachment that goes on the gutter that's designed to handle a higher volume of water, so all that water that comes into one spot is properly managed and gets away from the house, just doesn't overshoot.
And as I look around back here, it's quite apparent why they opted for the LeafGuard gutter system. Look at these beautiful trees here. Beautiful trees, but what do they do in the fall? They lose their leaves, and where do they go? Right onto the roof.
You know, they're putting on a brand new gutter system. The last thing these people want to do is break out that ladder, get up, clean it out 3-4 times a year. It does you no good to have your gutters overflowing, going right back to the foundation. Really defeats the purpose of what we're trying to accomplish here.
Oh, Andy, right over here, this corner looks like the culprit. Why the homeowners called you? Because their sump pump was always running. Look at this, there's no extension at all.
Not only do these old gutters in this house constantly overflow because they're clogged, when water finally did get to the downspout, you can see where it's draining right next to the house. It does you no good to have a gutter system that drains there.
So it's probably pretty good advice for a homeowner look at this situation. This isn't what you want. Maybe on a regular basis, walk around their house, check their downspouts, and make sure that they're extended away.
Yeah, it's not only figuring out the volume of water coming off the roof so you can catch it in the gutters. It's once you have it caught in the gutters, what you're going to do with it that really counts. And what we're going to do here is make sure that this downspout extension comes all the way to the lawn edge. I can't tell you how many times I've seen downspout 2-3 inches short of the lawn edge. All that water's pooling up over the top of their landscape fabric. That goes all the way right back to the house. Just get it to the edge, let the water get away from the house.
So that's some good advice. Even if you're not replacing your gutters right now, at least make sure the downspouts go beyond the leaf edge. Get it well away, because after all, you said earlier that most surface water problems can be alleviated with a properly designed system.
Exactly.
So does that pretty much take care of the assessment? You arrive on site, you walk around, look at the lay of the land, assess the roof, any challenging areas, and really then design a system?
You know, there's lots of things that go into designing the system. One, color. There's lots of colors to choose from, and you can mix and match colors so the gutter system blends in with the house. Two, there's so many different types of fascia board that have to be taken into consideration because the installation process is different for each and every one of them. And three, you want to be able to show the homeowner a diagram, some pictures where the downspouts are going to be, so they have a great idea not only what the end result is going to look like, but what it's going to cost them.
Stay tuned. We'll learn how a one-piece hooded gutter system works and how it's made when we continue with today's Home Remodeler.